Live from the studio of his parents' basement, the Have You Seen It podcast.
Hello and welcome back to the Have You Seen It podcast. My name is Mason Knight. Sitting across from me is the one and only Cash Krause. But before we begin, if you guys could please be sure to smash that like button, comment below, subscribe to the channel, and hit that bell notification so we drop videos here every single day. So with that said, Cash, what are we reacting to today?
Well, it's another TV Tuesday, Mason, you know, the show we've been anticipating for fucking years. It's The Rings of Power, the Lord of the Rings Amazon TV show. This is the second part of the two-parter they released last Friday. This is episode 2, Adrift. We gotta jump right into it.
Yes, we do.
Of course, Adrift, it's because Gadriel, she's been swimming
Swimming
doing
back
a lot
to
of doggy
Earth.
paddling,
Yeah.
conserving energy.
I gotta say, pretty good swimmer.
She's gonna need it.
Yeah, she's got a long journey.
But lucky her. I know. I don't know. Oh, fucking shipwreck crew.
Hey, a raft of people. Yeah, a compilation of drifters.
Yeah, who are in no place to take on more folk.
Rations are dwindling. Tempers are flaring.
Yeah. Oh, they're already picking straws of who they will be eating.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. But yeah, I'd be thinking, I see someone drifting up to me. I'm like, hey, we got a little snack up in here.
We do.
We're like, we don't need
Let me
this.
help it.
We don't need to.
We
do
got
it.
food tonight.
She comes up. She'd kill everyone on that.
Yes, she would.
They are all very weak, and she's still elf strength. So she would tear them in half. But yeah, one guy is like, come on, we got it. Everyone else is like, don't bring her on. I already got the feeling she brings evil everywhere she goes.
And why? We have questions. First
Yes.
off, what are you doing out here?
Yeah, not
Why
only
you
that.
Just going for a swim?
But foot hits plank, 2 seconds later, sea monster.
Sea monster comes out.
Kills
giant worm.
everyone.
Obliterates
Sea
them.
serpent.
Yeah.
Just kills everyone except for her and one guy.
Yeah. Luckily for that individual, he pushes off, makes a little makeshift raft off the
Says,
raft.
I see where this is going.
Toodaloo.
Saws off one plank for himself.
Best of luck.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's smart. Well, not
Smart
that
man.
Gadriel hit the water. Well, they pushed her in, actually.
They did.
But guess what? Best place to be is in the water when that thing's attacking the boat. You swim off like nothing happened.
She actually saved her life. Didn't even know it.
Abso-fucking-tootly. So that's what's happening going on there. Still adrift.
Yeah. Still adrift, unfortunately. Still got a long journey ahead.
No sails.
No.
Nothing. They're going with the tide.
They tried with
Could
that sail.
honestly end up back in the Undying Lands. You don't know where the tide's taking you.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Could be like the Bermuda Triangle.
Go forward, Elrond is meeting with Celebrimbor, which is such a fucking huge character in these books. Spoiler alert, you get the hint here. He is the creator of not only the One Ring, but all the rings.
Yep.
He is the Tony Stark of this world, to where he's like, I'm going to start, like, we're going to do something, and it's going to make peace. You know, it's the Ultron program. He's like, it's going to be peace among the lands. He's like, it's going to be super sweet. Realize he's being tricked by Sauron all along. We don't see that yet. But fucking Elrond is fucking, he's helping this guy, Celebrimbor. He sees the hammer of Fëanor, which Fëanor is literally, he's like one of the first elves to arrive on Ardar, which is the planet. He was the son, and he was also a smith. That's what Celebrimbor is. He's the greatest elf smith. Théanor was the greatest before
And he
Celebrimbor.
kind of alludes early on in this episode about building something worth.
Well, he needs a
you know.
smith,
Yeah.
or he needs the biggest forge ever created.
Yes.
One so powerful that he's like, I got something cooking.
Yeah, he's like, I got something in the works here.
Yeah, so and Elrond is just like, fine, I'm cool with it. Like, let's
He's
do
pretty
whatever
easy
you
going.
want.
Yeah, he's like,
I know.
as a matter of fact, actually, you need workers for this.
Well,
giant
to be
thing.
in their mindset, everything's fucking good. Like, this is the greatest period. There's no evil left in the world.
It's a time of peace.
Yes.
Or so they think.
Prosperation, absolutely. And the dwarves are doing very well.
Yes, they are.
They are doing very well. But they need a forge, and the only person... We don't know what the dwarves have that's so important right now.
Yeah.
They got something very important that's will make this forge.
Yep.
The elves cannot make this forge without these dwarves. So everyone's like, dude, you're talking to the right guy.
Yeah.
My best friend.
Oh my gosh. It's so funny. We're such good friends.
It's almost like Celebrimbor, where you specifically picked me out for this job, and now
did.
you're acting like it's random. But But yeah, he's best friends with Durin the Fourth. He thinks he hasn't seen in decades, in a century.
Well, and I love this relationship right here in this whole.
It was
my favorite
to
part
see
of the show so
Khazad-dûm,
far.
which is the New York City of the fucking dwarves, to see it in full force.
Was so awesome.
Because you see it in the Fellowship of the Rings. It's the halls of Moria, which are full of death.
Yes.
Completely abandoned. We never see it at its peak. But they talk about in the Fellowship of the Ring, it's so cool. They talk about how it was bustling at one point.
Yeah.
But the dwarves got so greedy, they dug so deep, that eventually you dig deep enough, you awake a Balrog.
Some demons.
That's what happened. You awake fucking Beelzebub, but that's exactly what happened.
Yeah.
They don't even call it Khazad-dûm in Fellowship of the Ring. They call it the halls or the mines of Moria, because it's only known at that point as this place that harbors a great deal of evil.
Yeah.
And the dwarves totally fucking botched this job, dude. They got so greedy. Look at them here.
Thriving.
They're peaking.
They are.
So
Economy's booming,
but
baby.
It's so cool to see Khazad-dûm in its full glory, man. Yeah. It's fucking.
It was really
and the dwarves yelling Khazad-dûm. Khazad-dûm is so cool.
I love this. So this was definitely the highlight, my favorite part of this, and it felt
I want to
the
see so
most
much more.
Lord of the Rings.
Yeah,
to
I
me.
want to see this world.
Yeah.
For a long, long fucking time, because we get to see the Misty Mountains a little bit in The Hobbit, and that's we're doing really good.
Yeah.
But Khazad-dûm here, man, it's just the technology. I mean, they are like really. I mean, it's all mechanical.
I forget what it is, what it's called. It's called the Rite of Kaka blah 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 or whatever. But I love that the contest
The Rite
that
of
they
singing
have.
Tarag.
Yes, that's what it is. But
you don't want to go up against a dwarf.
That's a
Not even
horrible idea.
Not even the prince of dwarves.
No, the durability and the cardio of a dwarf is unmatched.
Oh my god,
He does that.
Their
in
low
his sleep.
center of gravity makes them
ideal candidates.
Yeah, for sure. Oh yeah, and it's cool though, because you got to think Elrond, of course, knew he wasn't going to win.
Oh, of course, yeah.
But that the people would
to get him
would be
in the door.
respected along because how far he goes.
Yeah.
So far, so dwarves are falling asleep because they're taking so long.
I love that one guy. He's like, yeah. It's so dwarf.
Yeah.
You know?
But yeah, because what happens is Elrond he goes in there thinking that their relationship is going to be fine because elves
live for thousands of years.
Half a century is nothing to them.
Yeah.
But to a dwarf, dwarves live a while too, hundreds of years or
Right.
whatnot. Maybe even longer. It's like, yeah, dude, you didn't talk to me for fucking. And it's not like we live that far away.
Yeah, that was the best dialogue and the best acting too.
Yeah,
I thought was
for
when
sure.
Durin was like very much like,
We're
I've
getting
lived
a
a
little-
whole lifetime in this time that you've been away. You didn't come to my wedding. You didn't see the birth of
I've
my
had
two
two
children.
kids. Yeah,
or
exactly,
my wife. You haven't even met.
Yeah.
Like, time might be nothing for you elves, but for us, I've lived an entire
I like
life.
that too, and I think hopefully that's a little more taste, a little more story that we're getting,
Yes.
and more than broader
Very much
strokes.
so.
Because to Elrond, he's like, "What the fuck are you talking about?"
Yeah.
He's like, he doesn't even realize. He thinks he's gonna be able to pick up exactly where he left off.
Mm-hmm.
Hell no. I mean, dwarves and dwarves we know hold grudges.
They do hold grudges. Yeah.
Stubborn little folk.
They are
for
stubborn.
Sure. But yeah, so I love that whole dynamic between them, and it only takes Durin's wife is the one to really convince him. But Durin's dad, Durin the Third, is like, fuck that guy.
Yep.
He's like, look what we're building.
We
He's
don't
like, they
need
can't
them.
stop this fucking machine, and but eventually, they are they do bond.
They do reconcile. Yes. Thanks a lot to the wife.
Yeah, exactly. And then they start talking a little bit more about what we can do.
Yeah.
And we get a little hint. Durin the Third was like, he tells Durin the Fourth, he's like, don't forget who's got the power here. Who holds the real hand here. And he's like, don't forget we got this. Flips open a box. We don't know what's in it. Essentially, it's going to be Mithril, which is a stone that the dwarves, very powerful stone that the dwarves hold in very high regard. It makes them very, very strong. And that's what they're thinking of. It's like, like, we got all the power here, which is crazy.
Yeah.
Because the elves, are so powerful. But it's crazy to see the dwarves. I mean, the dwarves peak in the Second Age.
For sure.
By the time they're in the Third Age, people see so few of them. Like Gimli,
They're definitely secluded in their world.
Exactly. And that's what happens after this, too, is is, spoiler along the lines, there's a big war breaks out. The dwarves come to save the elves. The dwarves are so hurt after it, they close their doors and don't allow anyone in for a very long time. And Morgoth hates them for that, but he's like, eventually he doesn't have to do anything because they end up destroying themselves through greed, unfortunately. But in the Fellowship of the Ring, they talk about dwarf women like they're fucking Bigfoot. Like you don't see them. We get all kinds of dwarf women in this one too. Yeah. And man, are they lookers.
They are.
They look like dwarf men just without the beards. But yeah, so we get Khazad-dûm, which is fucking amazing.
Could hop along to or what's his name? The elf
Arondir.
Yes. Arondir,
who is in the Southlands. Yep. He's still stationed, which is.
And remember, the king said that the war is off. You can come home now, but he decides to stay.
Yeah, exactly. They're disbanding the elf towers and everything. They're like, look, we don't. And he's like, I think you guys might want to check out this village. Mm-hmm.
There's a giant tunnel.
Village is gone.
Yeah, everyone's dead.
I thought was a really cool part is they find these tunnels or whatever, and it was cool of the orc that was in the tunnel or whatever, which is like, again, they're really playing into these orcs and the fear that they're almost like rumors at this point, or they're like boogeymen, but they are very much real. And man, they're a little tougher in this one. Because they can't kill this fucking thing.
No, they can't.
When he pops out of the tunnel, she.
Well, I want to talk about that scene because, as far as cinematically, as far as whoever the director of photography was, did a really, really good job. We talked about this. We kind of touched up on it in episode 1, where you said that they were very menacing and like monster-likes, right? Like it's very scary.
Definitely.
The way they shot this, when this orc, we finally get it revealed, and he's like, whoosh, with the claws, right?
It's awesome.
When he comes out and he's up, and it's that half shot of just his face. Yeah. And he's like licking his lips, and it's like.
And you don't even know he's an orc, right yet, because he's got the mask on or whatever. You just get the fucking hint. But they take, that thing attacks the family.
Are these orcs stronger? I mean, dude, the way he flipped that table, I was like...
I just think it's been so long, no one knows how to fucking kill him anymore.
Very true.
It's like, by the time Legolas is around, he's been killing them for a long time. He's become a
so many arrows, unlimited arrows, too, might I add.
But yeah, man, I think they've been gathering probably strength for a long time, too. But also, it's that gal was fighting him. And to be honest, in the orcs, in Fellowship of the Ring, in the movies, they're cannon fodder. They are falling left and right.
Yes, they are.
You slice these things in the arm, and they're fucking filleting. These ones, a little more...
durable.
A little more durable.
Yeah,
I think
for sure.
Maybe they have to be because there's a little less of them. Mm-hmm. But they're building tunnels, man. Tunnels are never a good sign.
No, not good.
But they cannot convince the people of Southland to get out of here.
No, she had to behead one before they're like, "Hey, we should balance."
Yeah,
and they're like, "You know what?"
Of the guy who's always shirtless. It was so funny, but yeah. So, he sees this whole this whole village that they haven't is wiped out. Things are changing here in Middle Earth for sure. We jumped a little ahead last time, but the Harefoots are getting to know the stranger a little more, and the more I see of this stranger, the more I'm thinking he might be evil and not good.
Yeah.
Because remember, they find him, and she slides down or whatever, and she
goes, "It's not hot."
And remember, Gadriel, when they went to find Sauron in the far north, the flame, she said this place is so evil, their flame does not get off heat.
Yes.
Not only this guy shows up and her fucking dad snaps his ankle immediately.
Bad omen.
And it almost seemed like he was either knew about it or was causing it.
Yeah.
Like almost like a thing like he doesn't want them to move. Mm-hmm. Like he came down right here for a reason and now, to keep his. So it would be, I think, a great fucking twist to find out that these little Harefoots are harbinging the Antichrist.
Yeah. Not even knowing it.
Cause I mean, it's not only that, but he does that Firefly thing where he, forces
kills them all.
And then that's the one thing I was totally for that whole scene being like, oh, this is magical.
Yeah.
Fireflies, they're making a map.
Oh, he's making constellations.
Then they all die. I can't imagine a Gandalf-esque character even wanting to kill a firefly. Because remember, the dragonfly he loves, you know, he helps him. So, I don't know. I'm starting to think this guy might be...
Oh, he's probably bad.
yeah.
Yeah. I had to say there's a good, like, 75, 80%
Which would be
chance.
so fucking crazy, because it's like, what, is he going to wipe out these hobbits? These fucking...
Oh, probably. Yeah, you're going to have, like, one
Be
survivor.
brutal. But that's just my feeling right now, is the whole flame thing kind of gives me a hint that, you know, flames are only cold when it's a concentration of evil.
Yeah.
And this guy, you know, is so fucking evil that... but I don't know, it'd be crazy, you know, because where's he coming from? They defeated him. Now, did he didn't go? I mean, did he go back up? I mean, it's not clear, and I don't think it's written in very many books. So it's gonna have to be.
I don't know.
A clever. Who is? That's the big secret right now. Is who is this fucking very powerful guy?
Because it could be Sauron, but if it is, then I feel like almost he has to connect to something to get his wits about him.
Right.
You know.
Yeah.
There's something in Middle Earth that he must connect with.
For
and
sure.
Maybe it's the blade that the other kid has, the half-elf kid.
It's going to be at least, or just the Simblum, or the sigil
symbol,
that we've been
yeah.
seeing. It's going to be something that's going to...
That has got to connect him to his powers.
Because as we know, is that Sauron gets in really close with Celebrimbor. They make the rings together because he tricks him into not believing that he is Sauron. You know, he believes he's just this fucking guy. But the hint right now is that Celebrimbor has been getting fed these blueprints or whatever earlier on. He already has the ring in his mind, is what I'm getting from the show.
Yeah.
So someone has been feeding him those things already. So things are in motion for sure.
Yeah, they are, definitely.
But it's
I
gonna
found
take this guy some fucking time to get his wits about him. He's all right now.
a little all over the place.
Yeah.
I do say too. I enjoyed the second episode more than I did the first, and I don't think that's really a big shock to anyone because you know.
I think we're getting a little more of the finer story elements, and we're getting more character development. Now we're starting to know these characters and kind of who they are and who we're gonna stick with. You know.
Yep.
It's gonna be the Harefoots, Gadgil, and the elf, Erenandor, whatever his name is. I think that's gonna be the three. And eventually, you know, I assume that those three stories might come together at some point, you know.
More than likely.
There's going to be a big fucking battle at the end of this, though, man. I can promise you that. It's things are going to pop off for sure. We have so much to cover. Those rings have to be made. I mean, there's battles that are going to happen that have already, I mean...
I shouldn't ask this question already, but I'm very curious. When do you think we will get season 2? Do you think it'll be like 2032? 2038? Because you know, it's honestly, that's the one bad thing about this show is it's probably going to be like
I was really
one
hoping
season every 4 years.
Well, I was really hoping once they got it going, it'd be once every year. Like
well, because they haven't even announced they're filming season 2 yet. So it's like...
But what we know is for the contract to happen that they had to make at least 2 seasons. And right now...
So maybe it's the third I'm thinking they haven't filmed yet. But I thought they hadn't started filming the second yet.
Well, I don't know if they started filming it, but that was a contract with Middle-earth Estates that if you do a show, it can't be just one season. So you can't do it and then abandon it. So I don't know, but we're guaranteed a second season.
So Screen Rant just dropped this article. It says Rings of Power Season 2 filming set to begin soon. So it'll be filmed soon. But man, with all that CGI
that probably
and everything,
means
that'll be 2
2024.
years.
Yeah.
I wish they would have just filmed 2 seasons.
Back to back.
Yeah, that's
Well,
how they should do it.
I know. And especially when they knew that they had to do it as well.
Right. I mean, you had 6 years to film 1 season.
Because right now it's probably the feeling of they didn't know if this was going to be a hit or not, so they didn't want to risk it. That's how TV goes. It's very rare that you film back-to-back seasons of TV. Film, it's rare even that you film back-to-back movies.
Yeah, even Dune was like, part 1 first.
Yeah, even something so big as Dune was like, we don't know if this is going to be good or not. I mean, you don't even realize how crazy it is for them to film 3 movies of Lord of the Rings back to back to back.
I loved it, though.
Fucking insane.
It was ballsy and it worked. Paid off.
It was a different time. Even it wasn't that long ago, but even then it was a different time for filmmaking where you would never get it now.
No, and also I think that deals a lot with like streaming services now. Based in back then, you could primarily make a lot of money back on DVD sales, and so I think they were kind of banking on that. It was a different system.
Well, that's 100% true. That DVD sales have completely changed the game for sure. You could, I mean. it pretty much has killed the middle budget, the mid-tier budget film.
Yep.
Because a mid-tier budget film could absolutely be great and not do great in theaters, and then kill at the box office and still make a lot of money back for sure. But yeah, it's completely changed the game. I mean, now it's just like a company has to be sure this movie is going to make more than double their money back
At the box office. Yeah.
Not, which it's crazy because people still rent movies.
So I rent movies all the time. $5.99.
Yeah,
on
but you
Prime.
don't hear about those sales or anything like that.
Yeah.
Or which they're still making a ton. There's still movies that are doing better on VOD than they are in theaters.
Oh, for sure.
Today.
There's even films I'll rent that are like, 2009 or something,
Yeah.
that are really good films that I haven't seen for
Yeah.
$1.99 or something.
They could totally do it. I mean, for sure. I mean, they could absolutely.
Well, I know people are still renting films because I get
go,
residual
yeah.
checks and they tell you exactly what it is.
Yeah.
So people are still renting bench warmers. I'm like, what? That film's 20 years old
Yeah,
and you
of
still
course,
get a little
ain't
percentage.
nostalgia or anything like that. Yeah, for sure, man.
It's
yeah.
wild. So like, you do make money, but I guess they look at it and it's like over time, over this certain amount, for the end of the
Yeah.
year, for quarters and stuff.
And what I mean, just in the short time, how expensive movies are now. I mean, what they made all three of those movies for right now is what one movie is costing. You know, I don't think they spent $250 million on all three of those movies combined. Let alone you got fucking James Cameron making one movie for $250 million. Yeah, but yeah, I'm enjoying it, man. Next Friday, that's when every episode is released. Is Fridays.
Yep. We're gonna have to catch up on Game of Thrones too. We do Game of
for sure,
Thrones as
definitely.
well.
I'd be down for that, yeah.
We have a lot to review.
Yeah.
I did finish Stranger Things, so I
So
want to
did
bring
I.
that up.
I did too. Loved it.
Loved it. Very sad we didn't get to that. And then I finished Umbrella Academy as well.
I've not even started Umbrella Academy yet. I know. I need to get on that too. But yeah, love Stranger Things. We're getting a lot of good TV right now.
Yeah, we are. A lot of good
lot of
TV.
good
We got
TV.
Andor dropping
Which is
the
great
end of
because we're not
September.
getting any good movies right now.
Right, so it kind of works out for the podcast. So we'll just be doing a lot of TV, as it were.
Yeah, hey, that's fine with me, man.
Yeah, I
because
don't
right
mind
now
it.
we're getting movie tier quality.
I just like talking about anything that we're interested in or we like.
Oh yeah, for
So
sure.
it
Yeah.
works for
So
me.
maybe we'll get 2 TV Tuesdays going
Yeah. We'll just drop them
as well. Yeah.
not on Tuesdays.
Anything but.
But you know what?
Tuesdays.
The name stuck.
Yeah,
TV
the name's
Tuesdays,
gotta
baby.
stick. It's iconic at this point. But yeah, Game of Thrones has been great too. Except for those fucking
has.
wigs, man. Those wigs are weak. Dude.
They're rough.
Those,
They're rough, but it is.
the main girl pulls it off. I think she actually dyed her hair.
Yeah,
Why? But
she
she's
did.
everyone else. Let's just up the wig budget.
I know.
Come on,
It's
guys.
not that hard.
We're
Come
spending
on,
money
HBO.
on here. What are we
We spend
doing?
$200 million a year season on this. We got to get better wigs.
Spend fucking $40 million on a CGI dragon that you see for 20 seconds. Let's spend a couple grand on a better wig.
Yeah, it's insulting at this point to the
It
audience.
But I'm enjoying it, man. This is a great time if you're a fantasy fan.
Absolutely.
It's
Best time ever.
For sure, it's a really good time. We're getting Lord of the Rings and Game of Thrones. I mean, one thing that inspired the other. It's crazy.
Yeah.
All right, well, stick with us. We're going to go 8 episodes, man. We
8
got
episodes
6
of
more
this.
left, and they're only going to release one at a time now. I have been happy, though, about these run times. Hour plus each of them.
Both of them.
Not
Thank
shine
you.
away on this fucking
Disney,
40 minutes
take
bullshit.
notes.
Yeah.
Take notes, Disney, because you do the old 38 minutes and it really irritates me, okay?
Yeah. Oh,
Hour
Andor
long.
episodes will be 17
dude.
minutes each.
Oh, they'll be like TV sitcoms, 23 minutes.
Yeah.
Like an episode
why
of The
are we
Office.
making room for commercials still?
I know. It doesn't make
Why
any
are films
sense.
or shows still shot like
Well,
that?
it's for Disney Plus doing the new ad thing now. So now you got to pay like $15 a month for no
But
ads.
even before that, I mean, they were
I
they were
know.
filming Mandalore
43.
38 minutes
Yeah,
with
38 to
with
43.
the standard 12-minute
I know.
commercial break, which is fucking insane.
They're just projecting for the future.
Yeah.
Throwing in ads.
HBO never did that because I mean, obviously, they never thought they'd have commercials.
No.
Which
Thank goodness for that.
I know for sure. All right,
I love
man.
the hour episodes, man. They're so much better. I feel like you get so much.
Don't worry, cheapest. If we're only gonna get 8 episodes, give me full hour-long episodes here.
At least Andor's 12 episodes.
Right.
That'll be nice.
Yeah. But if you're going to give me a 48-minute episode, give me one that's packed full.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I can take a 40-minute if it's one long battle scene.
Right.
I can take it if it's a lot of people getting chopped down. But yeah, full hour. At least Amazon's doing that.
Yeah. Alrighty. Well, that is our review for the Lord of the Rings, The Rings of Power, Episode 2, Adrift. If If you like what you've seen here, please be sure to smash that like button, comment below, subscribe to the channel, and hit that bell notification. We drop videos here every single day. Thank you so much for watching and listening. My name is Mason Knight. That is Cash Kraus, and until next time.
Bye.